Okay, hello guys. Yeah, man, hope everybody's doing good. Obviously, welcome to my Sunday market breakdown. You understand? So, yeah, man, these are the pays that I have for this coming week. You know, although there are some couple of yeah pays that they kind of fall in the high risk side of things or whatever. Like I'm not quite happy with. These fall in the yeah. I hope you get me. I'm not really convinced. So yeah, man. First and first, I'd like to start off with the DXY. The daily time frame, we could notice that we've been ranging at around these areas for too long. Okay, for yeah, it's been a while we are within this whole range. We could notice that we have reacted from this inflection day. We got some sort of your a stall day, especially if you can take a look at on the 4 hour. Noticed on the 4 hour that the initial idea was to start to looking for longs at these areas. Until then we continued breaking lower. So these are the areas where you'd normally wait for your typical continuations, something more deliberate like this, to furthermore push down to the lows, as we have literally um invalidated the long idea. So that's how I'm looking at the DXY at the moment. So yeah, man. Moving forward, I'm gonna start off with the euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar. Yeah, man. I'm more focused on the long side of things. And if you can take a look at the daily simple price action, you understand? It's one of those that price literally we had this more like double top, and then we got this follow through. Until then we tapped into this inflection, which gave us this correction pushed higher to take out this high. So it's one thing that I'm looking at. Possibly this could be, especially in terms of like the DXY. If the DXY it's definitely gone. If the DXY it's gonna sell, then we might be looking for your longs in this scenario. So if I can come on the 4 hour, you'd notice that we come from a failed continuation right about here. We had literally everything to more like push lower until we had this failure of a continuation, and now we have pushed high. We're more looking to kind of scoot back. If I can inverse the chart, let me just remove some few drawings there. If I can inverse the chart, we could notice we could be forming this more of your V-type continuation on the 4 hour. You understand? So it's one of those that I'll more likely risk risk entry the 4 hour play, and obviously on a lower time frame I'd wait for your push down continuation. So that's how I'm looking to capitalize with the euro dollar to these lows, to these highs actually, not lows. So yeah, man, moving forward it's gonna be the pound, the pound dollar. So the pound dollar simple price action, you know I cannot really say a lot, but we could notice, in terms of pattern separation, this area was taken out here. We had this high, which was not taken out. We got this follow through from this more of your 1 2 3 type of formation, with this being your middle section right there. Push down, you know, piece of price action of its own. So now, if I can come on a lower time frame, you could notice okay, like I'm looking for longs at the moment, and which they make sense, especially on this time frame that I'm on. Not precisely on the daily, because I'm looking at this kind of flag, which is not the kind of best, in a way. And yeah, if you can more like put it there, it would kind of make sense and give direction. But I'm looking at your more intricate details. You understand? Your beautiful double bottom day push high. There was a first continuation push high. Now prices it's gravitating, forming something more deliberate for long as a continuation for. So if I can zoom in right now, notice that okay, what have we done right here? Okay, reversal kind of price action with nothing on the left that I can put the relevance on this. So obviously I'll be more like looking to see if we do get something in this nature, you know. something in this nature. Or if we could take, you know, notice this, that okay, this could still, push high. So it's one thing that I'm either looking at that, or unless we break this area and be more patient with it. So unless this evolves, not even evolves, but becomes more deliberate, as I'll be more patient with it. And yeah, man, that's how I'll be looking to capitalize. But wait a minute, if I can I come on the 15th? Because we have literally taken out everything. But yeah, it just might fall in the risky side of things in terms of me starting to look for that. But yeah, that's how I'm looking for it. That's how I'm looking to capitalize from it though. I'm just look to see whenever this materializes how the euro dollar would be looking. And yeah, man. Moving forward, it's the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, same thing. If I can look left, notice we have reacted from this. Yeah, it's your sharp hook point or inflection. And if you could come on the 4 hour notice, we had this push down. Okay, let me just we had this push down, more of your V type there until it formed your larger V type. Push down below these lows. I'm still looking to see if price could just take out this gap to come from beautiful structure in this manner. That's how we'll be looking to capitalize from it. So yeah, man. Moving forward, it's gonna be the dollar kid. The dollar kid, I'm more neutral about the play. If we can start off on the daily, can start off on the daily. We could notice, in terms of like pattern separation, the structure was on its own until this, you know, was your possible, I'd say your what you call your reversal flag, something like that. So until then, we tapped into this high as I was looking for shorts in this previous week, and obviously the shorts are still valid. Understand we've broken out, and possibly this could be your break back in. So I'm gonna just look to see if valid the shorts do hold. I'm gonna be looking for your typical continuations here, or if I can go lower, we could more like this could be seen as your continuation play, and more likely wait for your typical hovers right about there to take it for longs, as if that's how I'll be taking it. And obviously in terms of the long, I'm looking at it as your retrace from this as a back end kind of price action. So it just makes sense in terms of like both, to see if the short could still hold or the long could come into play. So I'm gonna look to see more neutral about it. The DXY will confirm everything. So moving forward, it's the what you call it's the dollar yen. So the dollar yen, it's gonna be on my wild card. Obviously, this one is the confirmed wild card, the typical wild card. So yeah, man. If I can start off everything, we could notice we still we okay, we reacted right from the 1 2 3, more of a reversal, with this being your relevant inflection or area of volume of value. If I can come on the 4 hour notice, how we didn't have the, your best follow through. So right now I'm still waiting to see if we do form your nice typical continuations at around these areas, or more likely be looking to furthermore short these areas. And I'm considering this gap that price could, more likely come fill. So could we form continuation before we get the push down? That's one thing that I'll be looking at. These will be my first areas of target. So moving forward, it's gonna be the euro. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh, moving forward, it's gonna be the euro JPY. Oh, I like the euro JPY. Okay, first and first, notice that okay, we're more in this, bullish momentum. We had this high on the left that we literally broke out and broke back in with slow momentum, not the typical. break aggressive pushback in. So this could signify to us that okay, this might literally be coming to furthermore push high as more of your retrace. So I'm looking at it as okay, I'm putting emphasis right on the back end of this area with a slight footprint which gave this push high. So it's one of those that I'm more looking at. If I can come on the hourly notice that okay, we had, if I can, draw my trend lines and everything, you'd notice that this becomes a structure. This becomes a structure. And if you can separate everything, this becomes your middle section. This becomes your typical last leg. So I'm gonna look to see if we do hold for short, for longs, and if I can go lower, which most definitely would make sense. So yeah, man, I'm gonna still wait to see if we do hold, and man, I'll just wait for your typical continuations. A typical hover just above this whole structure of its own, and I'll literally look to be longing this play or something larger just above that inflection. You understand? Something more deliberate, something. Yeah, man. So that's one thing that I'll be waiting for, and yeah, moving forward, it's gonna be the Kiwi Cat. Okay, Kiwi Cat. I'll probably put it on my wild card as well. I'm noticing, how much we've been gravitating to the longs, to the shorts from this kind of your, is it your, what you call your recovery kind of price action. So these are the areas, and I'm more looking at this as your thingy, as your possible what you call inverted and shoulder or whatnot. So ever since we more in this downtrend, this is more of your counter trend in a way. Understand? I'm more taking what you call, I'm more looking to capitalize from the thingy, the momentum in a way. So we could notice that we come from a whole structure of its own. These are the lows. We have reacted from this low. We got this, what you call, I'd consider that as your pullback. So these are the areas where I'll wait for your typical 1, 2, 3 right about there for the short. So that's the play, man. At this point, we'll be looking to see if we do get some sort of your beautiful what you call, your beautiful middle section, and we go for the 1, 2, 3. It just might be a beautiful H4 play on this one. So I just don't wanna leave it off because it just might occur. So that's just one thing that I'm looking at for price to literally fill this, yeah, just to fill this close gap. And yeah, man. So moving forward, it's gonna be the pound cat, top of the week. um Top of the week, same thing. Consider this being your 1, 2, and your 3 as a breakout and break back in as well to come fill these gaps, this gap right about here. If I can come on the 4 hour, notice that okay, we are, like we more in a neutral area of which price could just, be more like that and form this typical continuation to furthermore push higher, or as well, just react from this inflection right about there. So this is where I'll still wait for price to clear out this inflection that's more visible on the hourly. If I can just show, yeah, that's more visible on the hourly. So something below continuation to these inflections would be one thing that I'm looking at. So yeah, man, that's simple kind of price action. So moving forward, it's gonna be the AUD NZD. Okay, AUD NZD, same thing, but in terms of like the higher time frame positioning and everything, yeah, it's slightly falls in the high risk side of things in terms of like it's close to the high, and literally anything could just okay, you understand. We could get there in a slow momentum way kind of price action, especially if you can take it, look at the wicks on the weekly, the previous weeks, look at those 2 weeks, they more rejecting longs. So It's one of those that, especially anticipating this kind of price action close to the high, it just gives you those indications that the higher time frame could take place at any time and do whatever it wants. So if I can come on I skipped the time frame daily, could notice okay, prices gravitating and more like forming a larger kind of continuation. So this is the play, like simple price action. Initial initial idea was that we got some sort of a double bottom, they push high. Could this be the move? That's the question, you understand? So on the hourly, we could notice okay, we had this move, we had this move, beautiful double bottom, and I mean it's either two things can happen here. Like it's either now we might more like start to form that push lower, or we break above, form something here, and then that is it. So it's one of those that I'll be keen to see, and I'm more patient with it as well. So yeah, man. Moving forward is gonna be the punch chef. Oh, nice punch chef. Punch chef. I believe somebody has to be having punch chef on their watch. No ways. It's looking decent. So okay, notice on the thingy, on the daily we had this low. This was more of your gap, which gave you some sort of your pullback, taps the back end of this previous projection. Price gravitates towards this low. Although, if I can, okay, let me just quickly like take all of this analysis out. Notice how we've reacted on the daily. Notice, it's only been a week, so it literally could be retraced or could be filled before the initial move. Anything could literally happen. So if I can come on the 4 hour, 4 hour makes perfect sense. You understand? So if I can just let me just zoom out real quick and ooh, how many pairs am I left with? Oh, I'm left with about 4 pairs. Oh, I'm explaining too much. Okay, if I can like literally, I don't know how I. Okay, let me just go on the thingy. Wait a minute. I mean, like it's more simple. You understand? I don't have enough time, so I'm gonna be more precise, and I'll be waiting for price to push high. Gives us your continuation. That's how I'll be looking to capitalize from this play. And moving forward, it's gonna be the German Daddy. German Daddy, I'm still looking to see if price does hold for shorts from these highs. From these highs there, if I can come on the 4 hour, 4 hour noticed, okay, we had this, piece of price action of its own. We've broken below. I'm still looking to see if we do form your continuations to furthermore push lower to these inflections. Moving forward, it's gonna be the FTSE index. Same thing, the FTSE index, I have this area point that aligns with a previous back end. If I can come on the daily, you could notice this previous back end. So I'm looking more at how price rejected the previous daily rejection, gives us more weight to either start to look at the possible shorts, because the longs, not the shorts, because this could be a possible 2T, and then we furthermore push high minimum to these inflections. That's how we'll be looking to capitalize on the UK 100. And moving forward, it's gonna be the HK50. HK50, I'm looking at your possible H4 play. If we do come tap H4 play, it's one thing that I'm looking at. I'm putting emphasis on the daily time frame, how we had this follow through, this being a back end of previous price, and obviously on the left we had relevance from an inflection, or even if I do not put it there, I can just put it just above. So it just, as anything above, it's above. So yeah, man, moving forward, it's gonna be the AUD 200. I'm left with about 20 seconds. AUD 200, same thing. I'm still looking for shorts on this one because we've reacted from the high, and still looking for something in this family, in this formation. So yeah, man, hope you enjoyed. Stay sharp, guys. See you on another one.